All right. If you're keeping tabs on mining, minerals, and metals, you know things are really heating up. It feels like it's roaring to life almost.
Oh, absolutely. We're seeing these huge shifts driven by, well, everything: geopolitics, tech, global demand.
It's reshaping the whole landscape, isn't it? Traditional supply chains are getting a major shakeup.
Completely new strategic thinking is required now.
So today we're going to dive into the July 2025 Skillings Mining Review report.
Yeah, some really interesting stuff in there.
Our goal is to pull out the key insights, the nuggets of knowledge you need if you're working in this complex field, give you that edge.
Good plan. Where should we start? The geopolitical scramble seems pretty intense.
Definitely. Look at the U.S. They're putting, $900 million into a lithium project in Nevada?
That's right. A huge commitment. They're aiming for 33,000 tons of battery-grade lithium hydroxide a year, for EVs.
And this isn't just like a standard investment, is it? They invoked the Defense Production Act.
Yeah, that's the big policy signal. It's about accelerating domestic production, cutting that reliance on foreign sources. We all know who that means primarily.
China.
Right. And that ties straight into rare earths, doesn't it?
It does. India stopping those neodymium oxide exports to Japan really sent ripples, didn't it?
Uh-huh. A jolt to the system. And meanwhile, China controls, 98% of the processing?
Almost all of it. And they're using proxy mines in Myanmar for the heavy rare earths, too.
Which are crucial for EVs, missiles, the high-tech stuff.
We even saw that Ford plant shut down temporarily, right?
Right.
Because of magnet shortages.
Exactly. It just shows the leverage they have. It's stark.
But it's not just the established stuff. There's a race for new resources, too.
Oh, definitely. China, again, actually. They figured out how to get ultra-pure rubidium chloride from Salt Lake brine. A world first.
Rubidium. That's for atomic clocks, GPS. Really specialized.
Yeah, and this cuts their import needs significantly. But others are moving too. Look at Canada.
The Case Lake project.
Mm-hmm. Now the world's fourth largest hard rock cesium deposit. That potentially positions Canada to challenge China's dominance in processing, at least for cesium.
Interesting. But existing supply chains are still fragile. I mean, Indonesia canceling those nickel licenses.
Oof, yeah. That really exposes the EV industry's reliance. Indonesia has, 22% of global reserve?
And produces 65% of the world's supply. It's a huge dependency.
A single point of failure almost, a big risk.
Okay, shifting gears a bit. Let's talk economics and environmental factors. Iron ore prices are softening overall.
Right. Generally, yes. But the fascinating part is this green premium emerging.
Right. The 10-20% extra for low carbon, ESG compliant ore.
Exactly. ESG, environmental, social, governance standards. It's reshaping trade. Canada's jumping on this.
Becoming a green steel anchor. I saw that phrase. Using hydropower for high grade ore.
Yeah, like Champion Iron's Bloom Lake Phase 2. It even qualifies for U.S. Inflation Reduction Act incentives, ironically.
While the U.S. itself faces permitting gridlock for its own projects.
Puts them at a disadvantage in that green market, yeah.
Then there's the energy cost issue. Crippling for some, it seems. Rio Tinto in Australia.
Yeah, the Tomago aluminium smelter. They're in bailout talks. Energy is 40% of their production costs.
40%? Yeah. How does heavy industry even survive that, let alone transition to greener methods?
It's a massive question. A real existential threat for some operations.
But on the flip side, some countries are actively opening up now, right? Algeria?
Big changes there. Reversing old policies, allowing up to 80% foreign ownership in mining, faster permits.
And Iran, a $2 billion private investment push.
Mm-hmm. Trying to unlock mineral wealth. And Uganda's launched a national miner, too, trying to keep benefits local. It feels like a global pivot.
And speaking of pivots, uranium's making a comeback. Sweden lifting that decades-long ban.
Yeah, after 40 years. It's about energy security, reducing reliance on Russian fuel, even with local protests.
That reopens 2 massive deposits in Europe. Could see production by 2028, maybe?
Potentially. It signals a real shift in thinking about nuclear power's role.
Okay, one more area, technology. How's that changing things?
Fundamentally, in some cases, think continuous geochemical scanning, like Scan by Veraceo.
That challenges old geological theories.
It does, because you get this high-res visual data really fast. Mm-hmm. It's speeding up decisions in exploration. Not just diamonds anymore, but copper, gold, the critical stuff.
Faster, more confident decisions then. Revolutionizing exploration.
Pretty much. So if you kind of tie all these threads together, you see an industry grappling with resource nationalism, supply chains getting totally rewired, ESG becoming crucial, and tech changing the game. all at the same time.
It's a perfect storm, almost. So here's the big question, the really interesting bit for you to think about. As these critical minerals become the absolute backbone of the energy transition, how does this intense competition redefine what we even mean by value in mining? Is it just about tonnage anymore? Or is it becoming more about provenance, the process, the political stability behind the resource?
That's the multi-trillion-dollar question, isn't it?
Yeah.
Moving beyond just digging stuff up.
Exactly. Something to keep front of mind as you navigate these very complex new realities.